Side that you would have to add, if she's 13 years older, then you have to add 13 to Christopher's age of 47.
Exactly. Good job. All right, you seem to really have been getting this down. Has it been helping you?
Yes, it's clear.
Awesome. Good. Two, reading coaching for math word problems. Okay, Travis, so I pulled you aside today because I noticed that you've been having some difficulties with your reading of your word problems, not necessarily your solving. You seem to be really good with solving your problems. It's just the reading part confuses you. Is that right, or am I a little off on that?
I don't know.
All right. Well, let's try and read this problem right now and see how it goes. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So,
Xaver had 18 blue tail fish in his fish tank. He transferred 12 of the fish to his brother's fish tank. How many fish were left in Xaver's tank?
Okay, so what is the first thing that you notice in this word problem?
I don't even know what the first word says. I don't even know what that means.
Okay, well, what this is the name Xavier. Okay?
Xavier.
And a lot of the time, word problems put confusing names to trick you into focusing your attention on what that name is, because you may have never heard it, you don't know what it says. And what I like to tell my students is substitute that name with a name that's your best friend, or that is your brother, or your sister, or even yourself. Or you can even take off the aviar and just have an X for the name. Anything of your choice. What do you want to change that to? Anything. You could even change it to Batman if you really wanted to.
I like Batman.
You like Batman? Good. All right, you will go ahead and we're going to write Batman right over Xavier. Okay? All right.
I don't even know what's a blue tail fish.
A blue tail fish is a type of a fish. And that's another thing that a lot of problems do, is they like to include a lot of extra information in your problems. And what that does is that also gets you off track and makes you focus on things like a blue tail fish or the name. And a lot of the time you have to just think, does it really matter if it's whether it's a blue tail fish, or if it's a red tail fish, or if it's a green tail fish? That's not what it's asking, right?
Right.
So a lot of the time you just have to, sometimes what I like to do is if I know that something is, extra, I like to cross it out. Maybe just cross out the blue tail. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, and then, and after that, it'll also make the problem shorter, and it won't be as scary,
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else in this problem that confuses you, or?
I don't know. How do you transfer? What's transferred a fish? How do you transfer 12 fish?
Okay. Well, using our math vocabulary, you can tell by when the question is asking how many fish were left. What does that mean?
That means that they subtracted.
Exactly.
From the fish.
So what that means is that they must be moving that fish. They took away. So what transfer means is just a harder, more complicated word for saying he gave 12 of the fish to his brother. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I noticed that you must be looking at your math terminology sheet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? And has that helped you?
Absolutely.
Good. And studying that and knowing what, different keywords are for addition and subtraction, that will also really help you in determining what you're supposed to do. So let's ask some questions about this problem. What kind of question is this? From learning yesterday about the different types of questions, the change, the group, or the compare, what do you think this one is?
It's a change problem.
Good, really good. Good job. And what is the question asking you? What's it asking you?
It's asking me how many fish Batman has left in his tank.
Exactly. Good. And what information are you given to solve this problem and the problem?
You're given how many fish Batman has,
Mm-hmm.
and how many fish are taken away from his fish tank to his brother's fish tank.
Good, really good. And by knowing all this information and by knowing that by we're left is a subtraction problem, how can you solve this?
You could subtract
exactly
18 from 18 by 12.
Good. And so what is 18 minus 12?
That would be 6.
Wow, you're smart. You don't even have to write that down. 6. So 6 is left in the tank. Are you confident with that answer?
Yes.
Okay. So one more time, let's read this over with the extra information taken out and the Xavier name taken out. And tell me how you feel after reading that.
Batman had 18 fish in his fish tank. He gave away 12 of the fish to his brother's fish tank. How many fish were left in Batman's tank?
Does that make more sense to you?
It's a lot easier.
Good. That's really good. All right. So we're gonna go back to the class and we're gonna do another project. Okay. So class, I want each and every one of you to go around the classroom and make a graph of whose favorite sport is in their classroom. So I want all of you to break away and do that.
Start it off. I can cut that part out.
Travis, so let's look at your information. What did you find out about your classroom?
I found out that that the favorite sport of the class is football.
Yeah. And what about the least favorite sport? What was that one?
The least favorite sport is soccer.
Okay. And can you tell me how many specifically liked baseball out of the classroom?
6 people liked baseball. 6 people thought baseball was their favorite sport.
Awesome. So what's your favorite sport?
My favorite sport is dance.
Dance?
Yes.
Awesome, Travis. That's awesome. All right. So do you think by making this graph yourself, it helps you be able to look at other graphs that may be on other word problems a little bit more easier?
Yeah, because I actually made it myself.
Mm-hmm.
So it made me understand how a graph works.
Awesome. Good. And that's what I was going for. I'm glad that helped you and made you a little bit more comfortable with graphs and things like that.